You belong at Georgia Highlands College. As a University System of Georgia college, GHC offers high quality and career focused instruction at a fraction of the cost, with over 40 programs to choose from, including 8 career targeted bachelor's degrees. With small class sizes and personalized attention, our programs are designed to help you achieve your goals and make a positive impact in your community. So, what are you waiting for? You belong at Georgia Highlands College.
Welcome to Community Watch. I am John Hershey and we are on location at Foundation Camp, as if you couldn't tell from my gear. We're in week 1 of Foundation Camp, which is a free camp for boys ages 10 to 14 through a partnership between the 100 Black Men of Rome and Georgia Highlands College. And we have with us today one of the campers, Dovion. I am going to get that. Dovion Dukes and one of our camp counselors, Dakota Watley. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
All right, so I have borrowed you from the activities of the day, and I know you have a canoe waiting for you, Mr. Dukes. Mm-hmm. So, you want to get this over with as quickly as possible, but we want to hear about your experience here at camp today. Or not just today, but this week. Is this the first year you've been?
No. I've been like the year before last or last year.
All right, so this is the second time, so at least 2 years. So tell me about what you have thought about camp this year.
It's been good. Like, we've been doing more things since the last time, and it's been funner.
So what are some of the things you've done?
We've been playing football. We've been playing soccer. We went to the city pool. Like, I didn't even know we was gonna go to the city pool like on the second day. Yeah, we went to the city pool. We've been in the gym playing basketball, working out, all type of stuff.
All right, so I notice you're naming almost all of the sporting activities we've had, but there have been some other things too. I know this morning you worked on tying a tie, which you're already pretty good at, and you learned how to introduce yourself, and you've had some academic things, haven't you? I mean, you would know, Mr. Watley. What are some of the things?
Today we have done sign language, so they had a sign language class. During that class, y'all learned about how to tell the story of the three little pigs.
In sign language.
In sign language.
That's pretty cool.
That was a fun activity to watch, for me to watch them do. I like that.
It's something we didn't do before. We haven't done before.
Then the gentleman's class, to where we teach them how to tie a tie. They done had critical thinking, to where they was able to go in there and express their creativity and things of that nature. So we've done a lot so far.
Well, I know, I don't know what all your group participated in yesterday, but I know yesterday we had a film production class. Did y'all do that?
Yes, sir. We did have that on the first day.
And there was an art, a drawing class that Russell Cook taught. So y'all did that yesterday?
Yes, sir.
All right, so they've been, they keep the activities going pretty quickly, don't they?
We don't never have nothing to do.
That's good. I'm glad you don't ever have nothing to do. That's good. That's great. So, Dovion, you have been to camp twice. You are currently 12 years old, is that right?
11.
11? God, you seem so mature. I was thinking, 12, 14, 20, somewhere in there. No.
Not yet.
But I figure if you're able to, you would come back again. because you've got several, you're 11, you've got several years left of foundation camp. And I know, Dakota, you attended this camp when you were Dovion's age.
Yes, sir.
We have pictures of you. I have to show you those pictures.
Oh no, don't pull out the pictures yet. Wait till the last day and pull out the pictures.
We have pictures of you doing activities, and so you were a camper. You attended Georgia Highlands, graduated from Georgia Highlands, and now you're back as a counselor. I think that's pretty great.
Yes, sir.
Was there anything positive for you about being on a college campus that made you decide to go to college? I mean, did that play into your decision making?
I think knowing that Georgia Highlands was in the area helped me as well. My parents always was, pushed me to be great, pushed me to go to college or to pursue another something after high school, basically. So with me being kind of familiar with Georgia Highlands, it was more familiar. So that I was leaning more towards going to Georgia Highlands out of high school.
Well, you certainly did well here, and I know you're running a business now.
Yes, sir.
Let's plug your business. What is that business?
So it's Watley Technology Services. With that, we offer computer support, on-site, residential, commercial support. We also do websites. We do a little bit of social media management as well. So we pretty much cover all the tech needs that you might have.
And your degree was in that area, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. Computer information systems.
Yeah, so it's all coming together.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about what you do as a counselor.
So my responsibility as a counselor is, of course, to watch over the kids, make sure they're not getting into trouble, but also being a role model for the kids, trying to set an example to show them that going to college is possible, trying to show them how to become a young man within society. And, if they're having any problems or need to talk, I'm always a listener here to try to help them through any tough situations they may be going through.
And Dovion, what kind of a counselor would you say Dakota is? Or do we need to talk later privately?
He mature. He not just gonna tell you anything. He know what he talking about when he say it. He always push me. Yeah, he makes sure we have good days, man home.
Well, that's great. That's great. That's great. All right, I know you have a lake to get to and a canoe. Have you been on a kayak before? Here? Yeah, you've done it here before. Okay, that's great. Did you enjoy it? Yeah, and you're going to enjoy it today. We're going to take a break here and come back and talk to some other folks involved with Foundation Camp. So don't go away. We'll be back shortly.
You belong at Georgia Highlands College. Helping you achieve your college and career goals is important to us because your success matters at GHC. Apply today at highlands.edu.
Welcome back to Community Watch on location at Foundation Camp. We're on the campus of Georgia Highlands College, the Floyd campus, just south of Rome. And we are in the first week of Foundation Camp. Foundation Camp, again, is a free camp for boys ages 10 to 14 through a partnership between the 100 Black Men of Rome and Northwest Georgia and Georgia Highlands College. And we have with us one of the camp counselors, perhaps our most veteran, you may be our most veteran counselor, we'll see. Quentin Leak.
Nice to meet y'all. Nice to meet y'all.
So glad you took a break from counseling to talk to us.
Yeah, of course.
Because I want people to know what Foundation Camp is like. I mean, this is the 17th year. We've been doing it a long time. And you have been working at the camp for several years.
Yeah.
Is this year number?
4, maybe?
Year number 4.
Yeah.
So you know pretty much everything there is to know.
Yeah.
And you keep coming back.
Yeah, man. I got a passion for it. I really got a real passion for it, man. You kids they looking forward to me. So I definitely making my business to be here. My presence is definitely appreciated here.
Well, we were talking earlier with Dakota Watley, who's also one of the counselors, and you too, like Dakota, were actually a camper.
Yeah.
When you were, I don't know how old.
I think I was like 11, 12. Yeah.
Do you have any memories of that?
Yes. So what happened, how I even ended up here, I had like all of my friends going, and I just had no clue where they was even coming from. And so one of them days my mama, she was always like the type that, if you ain't going, you're not going if I ain't heard about it. But I just took it upon myself and just went. And so once I got on the bus, it was just a different environment, like nothing but straight black boys. To be specific, nothing but straight black boys. And to get here and then see black counselors, and then see you tall, of course, and standing in the cut. But yeah, definitely it was definitely a different type of feel, and something that stuck with me for a long time.
Yeah.
And I kind of admired it.
And I do want to say that the camp has never restricted who attends, but we have had minority kids most years. In fact, all the years.
It's also like a very welcoming environment. Also, like you say, we have kids of all races and stuff. So, but it's a very welcoming environment here, man.
Well, tell us a little bit about what you do generally as a camp counselor, and maybe specifically this year.
So I like to call it big brother. I play the big brother role. So I like to do a lot of just meeting them where they at and just expanding on it. Kind of like you in this whole boat situation. You keep trying to get me to, I know I can't swim. You keep trying to get me in the boat to do the most in, but kind of like that. So a lot of times these kids, they got certain things that they're challenged with that they're not even aware that they're challenged with, as far as academia or the social aspect of things and the physical aspect of things like sports. And so, like I said, we really meet them where they at. It's sciences and it's so much more, like tying ties. And but what I do in particular is become their friend first. Can't everything work with a good friendship? And so beyond that, everything kind of just start opening and showing itself. And like for example, patience and strategy, structure. So I'm trying to sharpen those things around that area.
Now, we are taping this on what is day 3, the third day of a 2-week camp, and some of the things you talk about and the strategies you use. Do you notice a change in the campers you work with over the 2 weeks?
Definitely. They come here all shy, not really knowing what's going on around there. Every day is new. We got guys telling you what to do. But overall, I do. I see the confidence they come each and every day with things like such as kayaking and canoeing. A lot of times this is kids' first time getting on the water. So the first year, super shy, super quiet. The second year, they rushing me to get to the water. So it's just, or it's just the kid who came in with no friends is now the most popular kid, or the kid who, I have so many like stories of just kids growing. Kids who didn't know how to shoot a basketball, shooting a basketball. Kids who honestly just didn't know how to express themselves. Tell me all about their life within 5 minutes, Yeah. And so, I definitely see the purpose, and I can see growth in them in these 2 weeks.
So do you think some of that growth is something they will carry with them after camp is over?
Definitely, I did. Me coming to this camp as an 11-year-old, that was the first time I had been on campus, a college campus. The first time I had seen a black college student. The first time, I'm pretty sure I got on the water back then, but that most likely might have been my first time getting on the water, and not to mention my first time around good, positive, healthy environment in such a way that was so diverse in a sense. And so it definitely stuck with me, because all these years later, I wanted to become a counselor. And the person who was actually my camp leader is over the program, and that's like a best friend. So it was a lifelong connection.
Yeah, yeah. I need to point out too that you went on to become a student here at Georgia Highlands and graduate, and now starting your bachelor's program or continuing your bachelor's program.
Yeah.
So that initial experience on a college campus made you feel like it was
welcomed.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcomed. And it made me feel like I was supposed to be here. And so that's why I try to translate to these other campuses here that you're supposed to be here. Like I didn't, at 12 years old, I didn't know I'd be coming here at 19 and getting my degree and so on, and having such a future with this college, you know, the way that I do. And even if it's not this college, I knew there was an option for me to be here, and that the challenge that was in front of me, or the statistics that was in front of me, it all circled around because I had some type of interaction and I knew somebody who looked like me at this camp.
We need to talk about the boat.
Boat.
You got in a boat today.
I got in a boat for the
Now-
first time.
Yeah, and we need to talk about that because it's a big deal. You have avoided that for years.
Yes.
Why is that?
I can't swim. I can't swim, but
Well, we're going to work on that.
yeah, we are. I can't swim, but the question, why did I do it today out of all the days?
Yeah.
Because Mount Nation Campus is a place for new beginnings, and it's safe. Everything around here represents safety, represents something that's supposed to be prolonged towards the future or working towards the future. And so I work with the younger group, which is probably the most rowdiest group. And a lot of times it be these kids' first time touching the water or doing something similar to it. And that the 12-year-old me kind of just gazed at the water for a second. And I seen a kid who, like, he was scared. I'm talking about the water splashed on him, he probably would have fainted. And so for me, it was just like, he still ended up getting in that water. And as a camp leader, who am I leading if I'm not touching the water either? So you know what? I had to become a little. I had the influence of the kids made me brave.
Yeah.
And so I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say I touched every corner of the water. I didn't, but I got in the water. And next week I plan on getting in the water again.
Excellent.
Not long, probably a little bit, probably 10 minutes instead of 5 minutes this time.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
You'll be all over the place.
you know, but next time might be 15 or 20. You know, so it was a true start, and
So
I had a good time.
you were in a kayak today.
Kayak. I was in a kayak. I feel like I was too heavy for it. I think I told you that earlier.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
I feel like I was too heavy for it. But yeah, it was a new experience. And like to mention, like the support I had there. The kids rooting me on.
Yeah.
I had professionals out there in the water with me.
Yeah.
Although I was too heavy for my boat held me up, you know. So but I had everything. I had all the material I need necessary to succeed in what I was trying to do. And that's pretty much what Foundation Camp is. It's saying that you have everything right in front of you. You just need to know the people and how to use the resources.
Yeah. And I should say, for our canoeing and kayaking, we do have quite a few people out there that know what they're doing. I mean, we got someone from the Department of Natural Resources who is instructing. We've got Coosa River Basin Initiative folks out there. So we got people who spend a good bit of their lives on the water. So there are people looking out.
Yeah, and it would be almost impossible for anything to go wrong with them in the area because they professionals. They act like professionals.
Yeah. So I got to ask you because I haven't been down there yet. How is the new dock? You like it better with the one with the roof on it?
Oh yeah, man. Ain't nothing like standing in the water, standing by the water and not burning up.
So finally some shade, because
Yeah,
I know it
man.
was pretty intense
Yeah, it
in
was.
the past.
And less goose mess, less
Yeah.
goose mess.
Yeah, we do have some guest geese
You know.
who keep things interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know we're only in day 3, and you've got this week and another whole
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
So what kind of mindset do you get? Because I know this is a tiring job, isn't it?
Not really. When you're passionate about it, it don't seem like much of a challenge. You just want to see what you're correcting. You want to know that everything that you're saying is being counted for. So it's not necessarily tiring. It's just a lot of repetitiveness. But other things are repetitive that it's worth lasting for.
And there's some, I know there's some activities next week that are coming up. I don't have a schedule in front of me.
You never know who's listening. You might want to spoil it for them.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know. So I can't really talk about that, except I'm assuming that you have to kind of, a lot like the canoeing and kayaking, there'll be some things that these campers have never done, and you have to make them feel comfortable doing those things.
Yeah.
And you do seem to feel comfortable.
I do. Like I said, it's a lot of just meeting them where they at. I had to be vulnerable in a sense, like tell them like, hey, I can't. And it was hard. That was another thing about the kayaking, like canoeing or I get confused. But I'm telling him to get in the water because he's scared. He telling me to get in the water so it's just like, okay, somebody gotta give. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of forced my hand, but in the same sense, it was just something that was new. So being comfortable is really just a mindset thing. So if I can make somebody feel comfortable, then they most likely are comfortable.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate what you're doing. This camp is bigger than it's ever been.
The biggest, literally, the first year we can't having to say, so having to really sit back and look and be like, can we do this?
Yeah. So I think yesterday there was like 115 kids. It is. I don't know what that message is, but apparently word is out.
We doing something good. I think, like, and back to that question, another thing, like the kids that I met when I first started are now the senior group, and like to watch them, how they first came in, and to see them now, and I'm not that tall, I'm only like 5'5", and half of them standing taller than me, but using the same things that I taught them last time. It's a beautiful feeling, man. It's a beautiful sight, and I just love to be a part of it.
And I think of the 12 or so counselors that we have, 8 or 9 of you were campers yourselves.
The vast majority, literally.
So that's pretty good. All right, Quentin, I'm not going to keep you from your group.
Okay.
You've been away. I don't even know what they're doing.
Let's hope we still got basketball runs.
All right, we're going to stop here for the moment. But thank you, Quentin Leak, and we'll see you at the next activity.
Yes, sir.
All right.
The most affordable bachelor's degree in Northwest Georgia is right here at Georgia Highlands College. High quality and career focused. That's what you can expect at GHC. Apply today at highlands.edu.
Welcome back to Community Watch on location at Foundation Camp. We have been talking with some of the camp counselors and also one of the campers about this year's Foundation Camp, which again is a 2-week camp, free camp for boys ages 10 to 14 that has been offered through a partnership between the 100 Black Men of Rome, Northwest Georgia, and Georgia Highlands College. We decided to try a show on location, and even though where I'm sitting now, the pavilion at Georgia Highlands, you're not really seeing activities around me. They're happening very close by. I mean, we've got the lake to my left, which is a beautiful lake if you haven't had a chance to visit it. That is where our canoeing and kayaking sessions are happening. And again, we have an instructor from the Department of Natural Resources. We have the Coosa River Basin Initiative staff and several other folks that have really helped us feel that we're providing a beautiful learning experience, but also a safe one. And a lot of our canoes have been provided or loaned to us by the Eco Center in Rome. So a lot of community participation makes this work. So that's what's happening closest to me. But elsewhere on the campus, we've got a group in the gym building. We've got some flag football going on, and we've got some groups swimming. Learning to swim is a big thing, as we heard from our counselor Quentin Leak. Many of the campers that we have not had an opportunity to learn to swim, and it's such a crucial thing to know. So that's one of the things we're trying to accomplish. Our mission here, which is something we've talked about before, is to help our campers, those boys ages 10 to 14, see that college is definitely attainable, definitely a thing that they could plan for, a goal they could set for themselves. It's not something out of reach at all, and that our campus is a campus that is open to them. We want them to feel comfortable, and as they're here at camp, they get to know their way around. So when they're a little older, when they start thinking about college, this is a place they remember fondly. Now, some of them certainly go to other colleges, and though we'd love to have them all here, just the fact that they're going to college, period, is vital, is important. And many of them come back to work camp. They think of camp as an experience that they had, that they not only enjoyed, but was meaningful to them in one way or another. And so they want to come back and work it. They want to be a counselor at camp, or they want to be an instructor. So that certainly has happened as well. After being or turning out campers for 17 years, they have grown and gone on, and many of them, we even have some campers now that are sending their kids to camp, which is for me a very bizarre experience. But Foundation Camp has been great, continues to move forward. We have another 10 days, and I know it will be a great camp from all the folks that are helping making it work. And I want to thank the 100 Black Men as well for everything they do to partner with us for it. So that is our Community Watch. We're going to try some other on-location shows, I hope, in the near future. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.